Hopefully everything is working now. This is the first time I've ever gotten another person onto this. I know how to do it just by myself, but getting another person on board is a little more difficult. So first of all, we're just going to make sure that we are live. So Matt, do you see anything on your end?
I'm not currently. Hold on one moment.
Okay. Yeah? Oh, good. Okay. All right. So let me just see okay, so there we are with the chat. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop out this chat so we can take a look at that. And Mad disappears whenever I switch windows. All right. Okay, so now he's back. I swear, I have this whole thing running on duct tape. If it doesn't work, I just put more duct tape on it. Hey, it's working. All right. Let's see how long it works. So anyhow, I'm Lilokin, and this is my channel, Hellbound Heathen. And I'm going to turn it over to Mad Witch. But before I do that, I just want to say that this is something that we're going to start doing on a regular basis on Sunday nights, possibly around the same time. Maybe 1 hour earlier, maybe 1 hour later. But what we're going to do is we're going to watch videos, make fun of them. We're probably going to bullshit about stuff and just have some fun and also hopefully get possibly one or two more people involved if anybody's interested, and just come on the show and we can talk about stuff. So I'm going to turn it over to Matt and he can introduce himself. You got the floor, Matt.
So let me get my aluminum hat on for this episode because we're going to need this. I don't have any alcohol, so I got to protect my brain somehow. I'm the Mad Witch. I'm also another YouTube at Mad Witch, the Pissed Off Pagan. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my girlfriend is losing her shit. She loves the tinfoil hat. She loves it.
So hopefully, hopefully people can hear both of us. So,
well, I got to
take out the tinfoil hat.
That was itchy. It's hot.
All right. Okay.
And now my cat wants it.
Oh, your cat's in heat. Oh, is she rubbing up against that tinfoil hat now?
Yeah, I do have a new mic. I don't know. Am I louder now?
Yeah. When you talk like that, you're very loud. I can hear you just fine. So
okay, just making sure. Sometimes my computer likes to switch microphones, which kind of pisses me off.
I hear you okay. I think your girlfriend's watching in the other room. Maybe if you do go out, I don't think you would go out for any reason unless you switch.
Probably just to get some more drinks. Probably to get myself some more tea. That's probably about it.
All right. Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and we're going to watch a couple of videos. The very first one I haven't seen yet. Did you have a chance to watch it, Mad? The call for an uprising?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, that was so vehemently. It just the way the guy talks is just authoritative. Like he knows.
Yeah, but they all do. They all know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, most of them, and I'm saying them, I'm just stereotyping, grouping, generalizing all these people, but all these people who are, I don't know why, but they're so against the occult. All of them have been like ex-witches or ex-occultists or whatever. And yet when you like push them on shit, they don't know anything. You know, that's the funniest part is they don't know anything.
Exactly. I mean, they say like, oh, I was in the occult for, X many years and this is how it is. But with people who actually know, like you and me, it's like, No. I mean, I've been doing this for, more than 10 years. Never once have I seen this lunacy that they're talking about. Never once.
Mm-hmm. So I just muted my mic to type so you guys don't hear me typing. So all right, so let's get into this. I got it queued up here, and we will watch it. So Matt has seen this. I haven't seen it yet, and what we're going to do is when one of us wants to chime in and say something, I'm going to pause the video. We're going to say our piece, and then if we can stand it, and we haven't broken all the small objects in front of us, we'll move on to the next part of the video. So let me go ahead and get this in order. And then if we stand it, we haven't broken all the small objects in front of us. And let me see, I'm just kind of sort of resizing you. Okay, so let's see. Now all I have to do is just figure out how to get this thing to play. Sort of resizing you. Now all I have to do is just figure out how to get this to play. Nope. I got too many windows. All right. All right, let me see. Properties, refresh. See if it takes a minute to go there. Windows. Nope, not yet. All right. See, this is going to be fun when we actually get all these little bugs worked out. If we get all these bugs worked out. See, this is when we actually get all these. Okay, all right. If we get all these bugs worked out. You get to see all the behind the scenes work here. Is that are you playing it on your end there, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a slight delay on my side.
Yeah, and then I hear an echo too. Are you playing it on your end? Yeah. All right. Okay, so here we go. I am going to drop this down. Down. All right. Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead and play this, and hopefully you all can hear this. If you can't, let me know. If you can't hear it.
Societies ran into a group of Nordic-looking beings.
All right. Okay.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome.
First of all, can you hear it, Matt? Can you hear it?
I can hear it on my TV, yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to today's show. The title of this video is Dear Satanist Scum. Because I know yesterday I talked about it on the live stream. If you've seen it, if you haven't, I definitely recommend you check it out with Richie from Boston and Kip from D13 Watchmen. I talked about it in the video I did on Hillary Clinton. But I want to bring it up one more time because I've had enough of how stupid these Satanists think we are. This Marina Abramovich, this demon woman, this woman who was caught doing this satanic ritual.
First of all, what do you mean caught doing a satanic ritual? I mean, I'm sure people are probably familiar with this, but she's a performance artist. She's a performance artist who invited the brother of John Podesta, who's working for the Hillary Clinton campaign, and he was invited to what's called a spirit dinner, which is just like a dinner for her. But spirit dinner comes from her performance art and a performance book, or not a performance book, an art book that she created.
It's an art book.
Yeah. And granted, she does use a lot of disturbing imagery, but you know how artists are. It's for shock effect. And for anyone who's actually looked into her biography, a lot of this comes from stuff that happened to her when she was a young girl in war-torn Serbia. So it is disturbing, it is graphic, but it's supposed to be that way. And that's what she wants to do. She wants to shock people and have them confront stuff like this. But as for being a Satanist, she publicly doesn't admit that she's a Satanist, and she says that she's not. So I'm believing her.
Which, spoilers, it does get into that.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm having a little delay back here. So if I don't respond right away... Oops, what did I just do here?
Okay.
Oops, hold on. I just screwed something up.
Don't fuck it up, man. We just got going.
I know, right? We just got it fixed. And now all of a sudden, here I go, fucking shit up again.
Damn it, the tape's coming loose. All right. All right. Well, just anytime, Matt, even if it's a slight delay, stop, and then we'll, because I don't know how much of a delay is on your end.
It looks like it's about a 10-second delay.
About a 10-second delay. Okay, well, that's all right. If we're watching it and something comes up, just let me know and we'll stop the video. And then you can comment on it. Because on your end, it's going to be regular. You know what I mean? So, all right.
Skype call is fine. It's just looking at the live footage. Kind of annoying. Internet be better.
Oh, yeah, because you have to watch what's being shown on the internet. Gotcha. All right, well, I'm going to hit the video again, and we're going to start playing it again.
Writing this disgusting recipe for spirit cooking, which involves mixing breast milk, sperm, cutting yourselves, doing a bloodletting satanic ritual, the dumping of blood all over the place, splashing it on walls like it's nothing.
And that's the other thing. In her spirit cooking, she doesn't actually use breast milk or sperm. In this art piece that they're showing, she's using shocking imagery, but I think what's really throwing people is that she calls it spirit cooking. I think so people automatically assume because Podesta was invited to a dinner that she holds, and then she has this performance pieces called spirit cooking. I think what happens is people are conflating those two. That's what I'm thinking.
Right. And also, a lot of the performance that I've seen of hers was like, again, that shock value. Yeah, there was, nude models there covered in chocolate, or what looked like chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And then, she uses, I don't know where they're getting breast milk and semen from. I honestly don't. It's more just like gory than anything from what I've seen. But another reason why I'm thinking these people are sitting there calling it satanic and everything is because of the gore and because of the symbology, right, and because of, everybody's idea, the Hollywood perspective of everything going on. And so when you have, the crazies out there, they're like, oh, she's playing with blood and, writing all these witchy things and these disturbing things. And it's just
And the whole thing is, and the only reason why these people are doing this is because of Hillary Clinton's campaign. That's the only reason. It's the only reason why they're blowing all of this shit out of proportion, is because they want to chime into this whole Illuminati conspiracy theory that Alex Jones pulled out of his ass. And
speaking of, I got a video for you.
Huh?
I got a video for you on Alex Jones.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, you'll have to send
I'll have to link
me.
that to you.
Yeah, send me that link. I don't know how the hell you're going to do that. I don't think my computer can handle one more window. It's already starting to smoke a little bit. No, I'm just kidding.
I could actually probably share my screen. I could probably do that.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
You guys want to be able to see me, but
Yeah, we want to be able to see you. Best thing to do is, you know what, Mad? When we get to that point after this video, or even before then, send it to me via Twitter, and what I'll do is I'll queue it up on my end.
all right.
Okay?
But
All right.
another thing to go along that political line is, I don't know who's a Trump supporter or a Hillary supporter. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not part of this election. I dislike them both equally. But it seems to be the Trump supporters, the crazy ones, not, the more laid back ones. The crazy ones that are just after her.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Jones is a huge Trump supporter. So
Yeah.
this is his golden ticket to just smear campaign is basically what it is. Again, I'm not defending either of them. I'm not bashing either of them, but that's what this is.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And, the thing is, if Alex Jones is backing you, your campaign's in trouble. I'm just going to say that. I was, to be quite honest, I was kind of like on the fence about who I'm going to vote for. And when I heard Alex Jones talking about this whole thing, I said, you know what? I'm voting for Hillary. If Alex Jones is voting for Trump, I'm voting for Hillary.
Just to spite you, I'm voting for Hillary. Right there.
That was the deciding factor. It was just kind of like I was on the fence, and that just knocked me over. It's like, yep, fuck it. All right.
Thanks, Alex Jones, for making up my mind.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate it with your reptiloid Illuminati conspiracy crap. All right. Let's get back into this guy. And this guy, he's so mad. He's so pissed off at us. What did we do?
I've never made a video on him.
Well, I've made a couple of videos on him, but that's because he's such low-hanging fruit. I always go for low-hanging fruit.
The spilled blood of innocent.
It's easy and it's fun because you don't need to make an argument. You can just be like, you're wrong. You're in the picture.
Honestly, all I have to do is just play the video for people. I don't even have to comment. I can just sit there and just like listen to this fucking idiot.
Smile and nod.
All right.
Viewers will be like, oh.
People at home are like, what do you? All right. I'm going to get back into the video.
And children is what it is. And people can argue and say, no, it's pig's blood in the video. Well, nobody will know what it is, but we know for a fact that these Satanists, which is what she is, use the blood of humans and use the blood of children and molest them and hurt them and put them through trauma-based mind control, the ones they allow to live. And I noticed over on Marina's Twitter page, I wanted to go check out what this demon was all about. I noticed she only had 1,300 followers, which made me laugh. And I see that she's all upset that people are calling her a Satanist. So
No.
You're already like, no. Don't you love how he just kind of like slips that in there, like, oh yeah, Satanists drink blood, they molest children, and it's like
child porn, Satanist child porn, molestation, virgin blood, human sacrifice. Yeah, that's exactly what it all is. The Bible told me. God told me. I have his number, direct line. He tweets me every day. Why is it? The question I have is why is it that they play the child molestation card? I mean, they did it back during the Satanic Panic, back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s. They did it back then, and the FBI went in, guns pretty much almost blazing, and found nothing. Nothing. There might be like your mentally disabled person who goes off and molests kids and just being a sick fuck, but there's also Christians who go out on a murder spree and say I did it because Jesus told me to, or a Muslim goes and shoots up a gay club because the Quran told me to.
Right.
You have those crazy people who aren't wired right. They're missing a couple screws.
Right. Yeah, well, that's exactly when I did that video on the Satanic Panic and David Carico. That's why I captured this article from an FBI agent this was back from the 80s. And what he was talking about was how, yes, molestation does happen. Child molestation happens. However, just because you see like a copy of the Satanic Bible on the counter, it doesn't mean that was a satanic ritual. And so what he was doing was he was defining the various categories of abuse, what's called ritual abuse, which is like somebody who, like, if you grow up in a home with an abusive stepfather or father, and every week he's doing something, molesting you, doing something to you, that's ritualistic. It happens over and over again. And so then this is back again in the 1980s when they had the satanic, panic. And so people were calling satanic ritual abuse. And he was saying that's a really bad name for it because there is actually no evidence of ever any single child or children being used in an actual satanic ritual. That's the difference. And it's a big difference. So what idiots like this guy and David Carico and his wife is they call all abuse satanic.
Right.
You see? And that's what, because what happened was when I was over on Now UC TV, I contacted David Carico and his wife Donna directly. And I said, you know what? I'm doing a video on satanic ritual abuse. Send me the best cases that you have. I mean, the ones that are just like, there's no question it actually happened. I mean, send me your best cases. She sent me an email back with cases of definitely molestation encounters that happened, but none of it was actually satanic ritual. You know what I mean?
No connections, no evidence, nothing pointing towards, yes, evidence pointing towards the molestation,
right?
But nothing pointed towards the satanic rituals or anything else.
Exactly.
And that's another thing too, is in the Satanic Bible by Anton LaVey, which that's what, to be completely and totally honest, that's what the majority of Satanists follow.
LaVey said Satanists,
yeah. It straight up says, don't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah, you can go off and party and drink and have orgies all you want. Just don't go touching little kids.
Right. Yeah.
I give them kudos on that one.
Yeah.
To be completely totally
And
honest.
when I contacted, because I also contacted the Church of Satan, because it used to be here in San Francisco. Now I think it's out in New York. But I contacted them, and they've never. They're like, they don't even mess around. If anybody's like accused of child molestation or anything like that, I mean, if they're convicted for that, they will. They don't put up with that, and they absolutely do not allow anyone to harm children or harm animals. So, anyhow. But I think what it is the reason why they're so adamant about trying to make Satanists and occultists look so bad. I'm assuming so that it makes their side look good. You know what I mean? It's like this dichotomy of good and evil that they have. So it's like if they can make occultists and Satanists, who we're supposed to be on the bad end, if they can make us look like these horrible, awful people running around drinking blood, molesting children, and doing all this stuff, that somehow that makes their side look like, angels and purity.
I'm sorry. I just got the most fucked up image when you said that we were going around. They make it sound like we're going around drinking everyone's blood. I just imagine fucking Dracula just going around like this, going around snatching up people. Like,
well, that's exactly what they think.
Yeah, we all dress in black, fly on brooms. My second ride is actually a Nimbus 2000. Yeah, real smooth.
Yep. All right.
Somebody says that we should vote Ewan for office. I think that was Zabora. I think she said that.
Oh man, no, they'd run.
It was either Zabora or Mark. Well, yeah, because they're all Christians.
Yeah. All right, let's get back into it.
So I thought maybe by doing this video, maybe she would check it out. Maybe she's looking to see what people are writing about her or saying about her on YouTube. So this is an open letter to Marina Abramovich and other satanic scum out there that preys on young children, that preys on the weak and the innocent, that preys on God's children. Here's my message for you. You sit there and you think that none of us have a clue what's going on. You think we're all that stupid. This is how dumb you think we are, Marina Abramovich. On your Twitter page, you write, "I'm not a Satanist. Stop it."
That poor lady.
Okay. Well, why is your Twitter handle Abramovich666? Is that your favorite number? Is that why? Give me a break. You think we were born yesterday? We can only see you doing a satanic ritual. And of course, like the sick scum that you Satanists are, you call it art. More like a wet fart is...
It's been a long time since I read the Bible, but I don't think 666 is actually in the Bible as the number of the beast. Anybody in the chat, if anybody knows about that, I've heard about that, but I want to confirm it that 666 is not in the Bible. They just called the number of the beast, I think.
Yeah, it says, "Thou who hates knowledge, know this. For the number of man is the number of the beast, and his number is 666.
Oh, so it does say that. But anyhow,
but then if you go into Hebrew numerology, Arabic numerology, because that's when Revelations was actually written. It was actually written well after the Judaism almost fell. The math really doesn't make any sense if you do the math.
Mm-hmm.
In any sense. It makes sense in Roman in Roman numerals.
You mean in Roman
or in our in our text, it makes sense. Mm-hmm. Not in any other text. So I don't know what their belief was about the number 6. I don't know the historical significance of the number 6.
Right.
But Trinity, everybody knows the historical significance of Trinities. Everybody does. But just a singular 6, the Trinity 6, Zabra says it was 616, not 666.
I was just reading that. Zavora says 616. So, I mean, even so, the reason why she uses 666, I'm assuming, is because for the shock value. Because it doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but to Christians, it means something. It's that shock value.
Right. I use it on I play Xbox all the time, and that's the last 3 things on my gamer tag is 666, and it's just for that shock value.
Right.
I know that a lot of people play it, and when they see that tag, it weeds out the people who are open-minded, and are willing to play the game for the game's sake, and weeds out the weak-minded who want to try to save my soul.
Right.
So that's the reason why I put 666 on my stuff, is just to get people away from me.
Right.
This guy's 666, get away from him. He's worship Satan.
And it actually works. It's like spraying Christian repellent on you. Just kind of like 666.
By the way, people, we have a new product. It's called Christ Away. You can get it for $6.66, no tax, shipping and handling free.
It repels 2,000-year-old Hebrew zombies. It's zombie repellent. All right.
What it is. You sit there and you run your mouth trying to trick people into saying that this is an artistic expression. Somebody even writes you and says, so you tag your name with 666. Interesting. And you post it and retweet it and write, why not? Why not? What are you, stupid? Well, of course we know you're not. You're mocking us. And don't think that we don't know what's going on.
See, and that's another thing that I often hear in videos is that we're like occultists or Satanists are mocking God or mocking them. What's so horrible about that? You know what I mean?
Mocking?
Yeah, I mean
mocking to them is like, we use supernatural powers and yada yada yada, but only God can have those powers. And we're mocking him for trying to do the same thing. That's what Christians have tried to explain to me.
Oh, I see.
That's the way they put it.
Oh,
the ones who try to make me a good little boy.
All right. Because I never understood that, so all right.
Because we're here. The awakening is happening. And people are getting sick and tired on our end, people who are awake, watching you continue to reveal your...
Huh?
Oh, I was just talking to myself.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yourselves in front of us and think that we're going to sit back and do nothing about it but take it. Because we're not. Because you think it's safe to come out of the dark now and come out and expose yourselves to everybody because you think everyone's going to go along with it? Well, we're not. We're here, and we're growing in numbers, as you can see from all these channels out on YouTube. Nothing about it, but take it, because we're not.
I can hear it on your end. Hey, Matt, I can hear it on your end.
My mics might be off sync.
Oh yeah, but I mean I can hear it on your end. I can hear the sound.
Yeah, because I have this nifty little button. It's a mute button. Now you can hear me?
Okay.
Doesn't know. Okay, so you didn't hear me. I'm sorry. I forgot to press the little.
Oh, that's okay.
The little button.
That's all right. Okay.
All these people out there who are getting truth out. So we know the mindset of you Satanists, and you can pretend and tell everyone that you're atheists, that it's satanic panic. Oh, these people are crazy. We don't do that stuff. We believe in respecting each other and respecting other people's beliefs and all that crap. Total lies.
Yeah, that's exactly what we believe. Basically, we don't give a flying fuck if you worship a 2,000-year-old zombie. We don't care.
I was laughing at both that and Mark. I gotta give you a +1 on this. Demons got to Mad's computer again. I was laughing at both of them at the same time. Like just as he said that, I read the comment and I'm like, oh, that was perfect timing. that was just perfect timing.
We definitely read your comments in the chat. So,
but yeah, as for what you said, honestly, we don't care. We just don't care what you practice. We don't care who you worship, what you worship, how you worship. As long as you're not hurting anybody or annoying us, we just don't care. That's why I don't do like a lot of Christian debunking videos. Is because it's just redundant. It's too easy. I'll just leave you alone. Just leave you, and when I do get in religious debates, I never, ever, ever once bring up my own religion. Never once do I bring up my own religion. I let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I already know, what a lot of these Christians don't get is that, the world will be a much, much better place if we just don't give a fuck. Just give absolutely no fucks. So what if you wear a towel around your head and you praise, Allah? Who cares? As long as you're not hurting us. What? But they make it seem like we're hurting people.
Right. Well, yeah.
Constantly hurting people. When the last time I've ever heard of anything relating to some a Satanist or even a pagan or a cultist or whatever hurting somebody was, again, a mentally ill person. It's like that. Don't let one rotten apple spoil the bunch.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's also difficult because it's like anybody can identify them with us. You know what I mean? It's not like like you have to get a card that says, I am a pagan and I believe this. It's like, anybody can just say that. And even so, it doesn't matter, but this whole bullshit, it's like I've said in some of my videos, it doesn't matter what religion you are or anything. You still have to follow laws. You can't go around murdering people. You'll get jailed. You can't go around committing sexual crimes because you'll go to jail. You can't go around stealing because you'll go to jail. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, a pagan, a Satanist, an atheist. It doesn't fucking matter. You still have to obey the laws. And they just assume that somehow because they believe that these Satanists are going around doing stuff like this, like somehow they're immune to the law. What do they actually think? Right?
Remember, Illuminati's got our backs. Remember that.
Right. I forgot about good old Illuminati. Yeah. Yeah.
They save us. They bail us out.
Hey, did you get your bonus check from the Illuminati for this month yet? I got mine. It was pretty big. Bonus.
Not the bonus check. I was supposed to get like $1,000. And then my white male privilege check. That still hasn't come in yet.
Oh, yeah. I think it comes in on the same account.
It's Illuminati and white supremacy all in one.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to tell everybody it's all the same. See, now you blew it, man. Now the Illuminati has to take you out.
It's 2 different bank accounts. I didn't know. I'm not high enough on the ranks yet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go. That fallback position. Yeah.
And you know what? You might be getting the lukewarm Christians and tricking them, but not for long. Because we're going to start reaching those lukewarm Christians. And we're going to wake them up from their slumber and get them hot for God again, hot in their faith.
Did you hear that? He's going to get Christians hot for God again. Did you hear that, Matt?
Weren't we just talking about this last night on your other live feed? Weren't we just talking about it? We played a whole entire D&D game in the chat box. Remember that, guys? Remember that? That D&D game that we played last night? I got pregnant by Jesus. My character got pregnant by Jesus. Because my role sucked.
But he wants to make Christians hot for God.
Jesus. Oh God! I think isn't that what the wife says when you're getting her from behind is oh God! I always said I'm not the God, I'm a God. Just putting it out there. Just putting it out there.
I thought if you were a Christian, well, I guess if you are a Christian, if you are going to be hot for anybody, you can be hot for God. I guess that's okay.
And as long as you call his name out loud,
okay,
it's not a sin.
Okay,
it's not a sin.
All right,
sex isn't a sin. You can call God out,
but you can't be hot for anybody else. But you can be hot for God.
Yeah. Actually, to be completely and totally honest, my buddy, I think you actually seen that video where I had a more than heated debate with a younger lady about Christianity. Well, that's my best friend's girlfriend. They actually just recently had a kid, and her family are people like this. People like in this video is like, you know. And that's why they kicked her out. I mean, I was housing her here. That's why she was here. She was living here for a little while. And they kicked her out because she was dating somebody who wasn't a Christian. And she was like 18, 19 at the time. He was like 20 at the time that this all happened. And it was like, yeah, they're going to be having sex. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about this. You know, they're having sex. And like I said, now they got a kid and everything else, and her family just wants to be in for the kid, but not for them. Which is, it's sad. It's sad, sad, sad. So, yeah, only for God. Remember that, people. Jesus loves.
Hot for God. All right. I hope this guy tones it down, but let's go on.
And no longer sleeping and walking through life like zombies the way that you people, through your chemtrails and your poisoning, have made them. But while you sit there, Marina, and nobody knows, nobody has a clue if you're a man or a woman, because it's quite disturbing to me watching you do this ritual like it's nothing, dumping this blood out like it's nothing, almost as if you went to Home Depot and picked out some paint and were painting your walls as if it was nothing, even though it was blood. And I don't just say we don't know if you're a man or a woman from the looks of you. We know that you're demonically possessed and you're not of this earth. You aren't human. You're satanic scum.
Wow. Wow. I mean, this guy is just, he's calling her not even human? This guy's disgusting. I mean, that's, sure, she does some weird stuff, but it's not, I mean, you can pick up pig's blood at your local butcher shop. I think they actually used real pig's blood for the movie Carrie, if I'm not mistaken.
The old one,
the original, yeah.
The new one, they just use that fake polymer crap.
Yeah, and
it's like a gelatin shit.
Yeah, but I mean, you can pick up pig's blood at your local butcher shop because they just, I don't know what they do with it, but they don't, you know. So
it's a cooking thing, blood sausage or something like that. That it's supposed to give it a little bit more flavor, I guess.
Right.
I don't know.
And I know in Vietnamese cooking there's soups that they put pig's blood into. So, you know, I mean, they eat it. But you know, she's an artist, you know. I mean, she's doing it for shock value. So, you know, they're just really playing this up, trumping it up, and trying to make her look like she's some kind of horrible person because she uses this in such a shocking way, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and somebody, Mark was saying that they make black pudding there in the UK, which is, I assume, made with either beef or pork blood.
I think that, black pudding's pork blood. I think
pork blood. Okay. Yeah.
I've heard of it. I heard it's actually pretty good.
I swear, some people, but he's calling her like not even human. Can you imagine that?
Right.
I mean, I even understand that Christians, even though they're deluded, stupid, and moronic, not all of them, but some of them, hashtag not all, but I understand. I understand that even this idiot is human. I understand that.
Just exactly like you said, just an idiot.
Yeah, he's just an idiot.
Complete moron.
I mean, obviously, this guy falls in the category of fucking idiot. He's not just an idiot; he's a fucking idiot. But
he ranged a 10.1 on the batshit crazy meter.
Yeah, he broke the batshit crazy meter. That's why I haven't used it since then.
I was wondering about that, actually. Yeah. I was wondering, I'm like, where's the meter?
He broke it. I was like,
the meter.
I was like, you know what?
I like that meter. That meter was awesome.
It was too much trouble to make. It's like, remember, what's the name of that movie? The one where the guy's amplifier goes up to 11. Spinal Tap. Remember Spinal Tap? And the guy had the amplifier that went up to 11. The guy asked him, "Well, why does it go up to 11?" And he's like, "Well, because it's higher than 10." He's like, "Well, why don't you make 10 the higher?" He's like, "Because this one goes up to 11." That's how the batshit crazy thing is. This guy needs a higher than 11, and I just don't have it.
That's wow. And you've done videos on this guy before?
Yeah, I've done videos on him before. Yeah, I did. I did one where it was the actor who got killed by his own car. He got crushed to death. The actor from
the guy who
he played Chekhov in the last.
Walker.
Yeah,
Paul Walker. Yeah, that's. I remember that now. I remember that one now. Yeah. And I was still super pissed about that. I'm actually still kind of sad about it.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate that guy died, but it wasn't some kind of Illuminati conspiracy.
Don't play it down. Don't play it down. You know, he was a good actor. He was, from what I hear, he was a good person.
Yeah.
You know. made a great series of movies. You know, it's like, and I think he did one with Rob Williams too. That was an Illuminati conspiracy theory.
Yeah, because Rob Williams didn't actually kill himself. He was killed by the Illuminati. The Illuminati is very busy.
Yeah.
I mean, if we actually
I'm surprised that,
I think if we actually charted everything that the Illuminati did, I mean, it would be incredible to see what. All right.
I wonder if they actually live in a hive, like an actual beehive. Like if that's their temple, is an actual beehive.
Well, they do, but it's a pyramid.
That'll be pretty awesome. That'll be pretty awesome. No, I mean like an actual beehive. Like that'll be really awesome.
Who, the Illuminati?
Yeah, if an actual beehive, and then they have like a big eye for the queen.
I think they do, but it's a pyramid hive.
The one in France?
Sure, why not?
Might as well. Might as well.
Fuck it, throw it in there.
The ones in Egypt are too old. Let's do something more modern.
Yeah. There's no parking in Egypt.
Sure there is. It's just a big vast desert. The whole desert's a parking lot.
There's plenty of gas, but there's no parking. All right.
So when you sit here and you lie and you say, I'm not a Satanist, well, why then? Let's look at some of your other things. Why then do you have, look at this, folks, a pentagram, upside down pentagram. You carved it into your stomach during a ritual with a blade. You cut your flesh, which is against God's word.
Oh, wow. Confirmed. She carved a pentagram in her stomach. It's confirmed.
Oh, that part?
Yeah.
It wasn't a cut. It wasn't even a cut. It was like a scratch.
I'm sorry, Matt. It's confirmed. So, all right, let's shut this chat down. Sorry about that all. Good night. It's confirmed. She drew a pentagram on herself, and we all know that we own the pentagram. Nobody else can use that image except us. So we are the only ones who can use the pentagram.
It's patented, copyrighted, trademarked. You know, we're all getting a cut out of it.
Yep. You know, they're using the pentagram on the flag in the United States. They're also using it in China, Russia, and a number of other countries, and we're not getting any money for that.
The Muslims use it. The Islamic flag uses it.
Yeah, and we're not getting any money for it.
No wonder why funding for ISIS is so high. It's supposed to be our money, not theirs. Oh.
Yeah, well, we got to call the Illuminati.
Be outraged.
Yeah, I'm outraged too. We got to call the Illuminati and get the lawyers in because that's completely. We got to get our royalties for that.
Call him right now.
Which is against the Bible,
speed dial.
the cutting of your flesh. And like I talked about yesterday in my video, when people do these blood-letting rituals, it invokes demonic spirits. They are able to summon demons into their bodies. That's why they do it.
Yes, Loki's witch. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
What'd she say?
So I was like, my pagan symbol, mine.
Exactly. Stop using it. My symbol. We should start drawing pentagrams with a TM next to it.
Everybody who has Facebook and Twitter.
Could you imagine like...
Please start doing that and push hashtag my pagan symbol. Let's do this. Let's do this, everybody. Hashtag my pagan symbol.
There you go.
Draw draw a pentagram with TM or a copyright symbol or whatever is in your local area. I know we have viewers from around the world. Please do it. I would love to see it. You could also follow me on Twitter at MadWitchYT. I haven't gotten any of my followers on there, my subscribers on there yet. Put it on every one of my videos.
And I think I also got to put your channel down in this description box. But you want to?
No, you already did.
I did? Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely go and subscribe to Mad Witch's channel because he does the same stuff that I do, except he also goes for other stuff. He goes like, I go for low-hanging fruit. He goes for slightly higher hanging fruit.
I'm ballsy. I'm ballsy like that.
Me, I don't want to work too hard. That's why I go for the easy stuff.
YouTube is a job. It is a job in and of itself.
Oh, I'm telling you.
I understand why people, the bigger YouTubers, the one who's at like millions of subscribers, I understand why they don't like have a conventional job.
Right.
They do this for a living. It's hard work. Just editing alone.
I mean, yeah, if you have like just a regular blog channel where you just get in front of the camera and just talk about stuff, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a lot easier because you only have to do a little bit of editing and then upload it, which can take forever. But when you're doing like what a lot of these other YouTubers like myself do, where you are getting the video, you're splicing up that video, and then you're putting in your response in between each one, that can drag it out to like hours, because you gotta film your
longest one.
Huh?
My longest one was like 8 hours.
Oh, just to do it?
Just to get everything edited, cut, recorded to the T. My arguments written out took me 8 hours. Was my longest one.
Wow!
And that's when I first started doing editing.
Because my videos take 3 days. Like one day, I pretty much find the video, write out the script, write out the plan for it, then I film it, and then I edit it, and then that night I upload it. So it takes 3 days.
At least you spaced it out.
Well, I have to because during the day I have to work. So.
Yeah, that's true.
And then I come home from work and I don't want to do anything. I want to just sit there in front of the TV and veg out. Then I'm like, oh shit, I should
get a video.
I know. I'm like looking at the day going, oh shit, it's Monday. I guess I should put a video out.
See, and that's another thing. I didn't put like at first I put a restriction on myself. Like I'm going to get a video every week or every few days or whatever. Now it's just like, I'll get a video out when I get a video out. Like I'm my life is just really chaotic. I just started school again, so it's just trying to figure out that balance between, my kids, my school,
that's right.
and everything else. So
yeah, because you got a kid too. See, I don't have any kids, so
you're lucky. I'm fighting with her mom right now. Ugh.
All depends upon how you look at it.
Oh, I love having her over. I got her this cute little frozen bed.
We don't care.
A couple weeks ago. Oh. I got pictures. Let's turn this from making fun of a video to look at Mad Witch's kids.
Yeah, do you have any home movies we could play for the audience?
Oh, take me about 5 minutes to get it on my computer, but yeah.
All right, so let's get back into it.
That's why the possessed man who said we are legion, that's why he was cutting himself with rocks.
What?
And doing those things, because they were letting demons into their bodies. That's why these disgusting sickos do this stuff. But no, we're supposed to believe you're not a Satanist.
Who is cutting themselves with rocks? I missed that. We Are Legion? What is that? The hell is he talking about?
It's a story in the Bible.
Huh?
It's a story in the Bible. I forgot the specifics of it. I forgot who was talking.
Well,
this is in the New Testament.
If it's in the Bible, what the fuck does it have to do with us?
Because, you know how they like to pick and choose their laws that they follow from the Old Testament. They like to pick and choose. Well, one of the laws is do not make cuts upon your body. Tattoos, piercings, whatever. And there's this one guy, he was possessed by a whole shit ton of demons or whatever, and he was taking sharp rocks and cutting himself. And what this guy is trying to get at is self-harm allows demons to come into your body and take over you and possess your soul and whatever. I think it was one of the if anybody knows the exact area of it, it's in the New Testament. I know that much.
But that's okay. So that's where it comes from. It comes from the Bible, huh?
So that's why you say it.
Oh, I see. I whatever. Let's get back into it.
With the pentagram, the Baphomet carved into your stomach. Not even a tattoo. Carved with a blade. Oh, it's art. Give me a break. Art? If this is art, then I guess I'm making art every morning when I get up and go to the bathroom. Because that's more artistic than this garbage. You've exposed yourself as a Satanist. That's what you've done during your bloodletting ritual with the pentagram or photos of you covering your right eye. What a surprise. With a serpent. With a serpent. We know why you do it. Oh, is it a coincidence that all your celebrity buddies do the same thing, covering their right eye, and you're doing it with a serpent of all demonic things? In Zechariah 11:17, woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. The sword shall be upon his arm and upon his right eye. His arm shall be clean, dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. Because they're blind in their right eye. Because they're spiritually dead. And that's what you are. But I'm letting you know, and your friends out there know, that this awakening is coming big time. And that's why you see, oh, look at you with your photographs with Lady Gaga, one of the most demonic humans on this earth, who even had a upside down pentagram manipulated into her face somehow. She moved her flesh around and pinned her flesh up so she could look like a demon, who constantly is hailing Satan. Oh, it must be a coincidence that you're her hero and that you're hanging out with each other. Or how about you holding heads, like rubbing heads, just doing some stuff that creeps would do with Jay-Z. What are you guys doing? Having a headbutting competition or just being total scumbags?
All they're doing is just leaning their heads together.
I'm not quite at that part, but yeah, when I watched this one the first time around, I'm like, I do that with my girlfriend all the time.
Yeah,
it's cute, it's endearing,
It's just,
you see couples do that all the time.
Yeah, but they're just, I don't know, that this guy's just so angry. Why are Christians so angry?
I can tell you why. Because I was one of those Christians. It's because we had so much hate for other people that we started hating ourselves. As Christian, we hated everything else that we started to hate. And that made us angry because we knew better not to hate. Because you gotta love everybody, but you gotta hate everybody at the exact same time. So, just get away from it.
I'm gonna have to interview you and introduce you as an ex-witch, and then you can tell us all the horrible cannibalistic things that Christians do.
Didn't you do a parody on that? What video was that?
Well, I did a parody on a recovering Christian
Yeah, that's what it was.
No, it was somebody who was curious about Christianity and got interested in it. But I haven't actually introduced like an ex-Christian, like they do with ex-witches. But we could do a parody on that. And you can tell us all the horrible expert.
Things. An expert practiced Christianity for 7 years. He knows the shit.
Exactly.
Really just with a guy. Oh, I can't do his voice. Smoking doesn't help either.
Yeah.
Kids don't smoke. Don't do what I do. Don't smoke.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back into this.
Nobody's buying the act anymore. So you have your 1,000 followers. There's millions of us that are waking up online, waking up around the world to the lies and the deception. So continue to try to act stupid, to continue to bring attention to it because you think you can deflect it by going, I'm not Satanist, stop it. That even a sentence, buddy? I'm not Satanist? Huh? Can you, I mean, if you're so well educated and such an artist and you win all these awards, you can't even write a sentence. I'm not Satanist. I'm not a Satanist. And we see some of your other artistic displays because she claims, folks, that the pentagram she carved into her stomach was a work of art. Because like I've been saying over and over on this channel, they claim that art is all of these demonic things. So anything that they do
stop bringing attention to it. I'm sorry, people, for the lag. I really am. But he said, stop bringing attention to it. You're not fooling anybody. What are you doing? You're bringing attention to it. Maybe, like you said, don't bring attention to it. Nobody will notice. No, yeah, don't bring attention. Nobody will notice. Nobody will give a shit, and it'll just die out. Just like the Satanic Panic did.
Right.
Everybody's just stopped giving a fuck, and it was a done deal. Stop living in frickin' 1800s, for crying out loud.
Yeah, like I got into a couple of discussions with people on YouTube because I went to a couple of these videos. Like there were some people who I really respected who drank the Kool-Aid. One of them was, it was actually a guest person on Black Pigeon Speaks channel. But this lady was talking about this whole thing. And I was like, what I called them was superstitious medieval peasants. Because that's what it's like. I'm serious. It's like superstitious medieval peasants who are believing this hearsay and they're condemning people based upon it. It's just like medieval peasants who didn't know anything better. So they said, well, my cow died, must have been a witch.
I think that might be too southern for back then, but yeah,
well,
that's exactly how it is.
Yeah, I'm bad at
even in today's age.
All right, governor.
Even today's age.
All right, governor. My cow died. My cow died. It must have been a witch.
Died, governor. Like
that
Monty Python movie. Like that Monty Python movie. She's a witch. No, she's just a bitch. Burn her anyway. That's them. That's what it is today.
It is.
No, she's not a witch. She's not a Satanist. We just don't like you, so we're going to crucify you anyways. Here you go. That's what they're doing to this poor girl.
I know. Can you imagine? I mean, this woman, she's been doing performance art for like 30 or 40 years. I think she's in her late 50s or 60s now. But she's been doing performance art since she was like in her 20s, I think. I could be mistaken, but I think it goes back that far. So she's been doing performance art for like 40 years. And all of a sudden, one WikiLeaks email comes out of her inviting Tony Podesta, who is John Podesta's brother, to a dinner. And all of this stuff explodes. Can you imagine that? That poor lady.
It's just It's this election. This election is just completely ass backwards. That's why. That's why.
Yeah, but I mean it. But it's terrible. It's like, you know, and then all of a sudden, I mean, she had her first spirit dinner, I think, back in 1996. Is when she had this spirit dinner performance art thing out. And the book that she wrote called Spirit Cooking came out in like 1997. So this is stuff that's happened 10 years ago, 10 or 11 years ago. And now all of a sudden everybody's talking about it. It's like, but they're talking about it satanic. But this was 11 years ago that this happened. It's crazy.
Right. It's just, yeah. They're turning something that's, one, not spiritual, and two, not political into something spiritual and political.
Right.
You know, we're a country founded on the separation of church and state. They want the unity of church and state. But that's his kind of people. They want Christians in there, and they think that I still say he's a Trump supporter because of the way he's talking.
Oh yeah, probably.
And he just doesn't want Hillary in. So now he's going to say, the third degree to everything. Connect everything by 3 degrees. That whole philosophy. And then of course his Harry Potter Hollywood bullshit. There's no other way to put it. There's just isn't.
I bet you he and the Vigilant Christian are in bed together.
Thanks for my next video idea.
Hey,
I want to get sued.
All right, I'm going to play the next one.
Right? Oh, these fashion shows where people are dressing up as the Baphomet. Oh, it's just art. Come on, man. It's just art. No one's buying it anymore. The awakening is happening. God is revealing all of this to all of us. And like I said, we're not going to sit back. You know what we're going to do? We're going to sound the trumpets. We're going to shake our fellow brothers and sisters and wake them up. Because the obvious signs are right in front of everyone's faces. And we will do whatever we can to make sure that everybody not only sees the truth and wakes up and realizes that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the light, but that everybody out there knows exactly what you and your friends are up to. And I'm talking about the blood rituals that you do. Don't play it off like it's pig's blood. Sure, we know you do rituals with pigs and animals like the coward you are. But we know for a fact through your hero, Aleister Crowley, through his teachings that you all worship, we know for a fact that you sacrifice, ritually kill young children and molest them for your disgusting, mentally sick black magic rituals that you perform. You even reveal your black magic ritual in your video and you claim it's art and it's not satanic because you've deceived the world into thinking magic's not real, that magic's the magic kingdom. Well, not anymore, pal. Because the awakening is happening and people are going to see that they've been indoctrinated with Harry Potter and all this other junk so that they can be desensitized and think that it's a work of fiction. But it's in plain sight. Your ritual with your blood, this disgusting ritual, this is an absolute embarrassment. You're making us all embarrassed to be alive, to be human beings.
I feel like I have to like cleanse my palate by watching some kitten videos or something. I just want to see like dancing unicorns and little kittens because this guy's just so pissed.
Yeah. Kind of makes you a little angry too. It's like, not only that, but this is, someone, Tyler. I did an interview with him a while back ago. Well, a couple days ago, I think it was. He wrote on he was trying to answer a tweet, but he couldn't because obviously he doesn't know much about it. But he retweeted the tweet, and the tweet said, "Well, the pagans used to sacrifice humans and animals," and he was like, "Can somebody clarify?" I'm like, historically speaking, it wasn't a technical sacrifice. It was prisoners of war or matter of survival. It wasn't a sacrifice. And he's like, oh, all right. And that's what it was. It's like now the whole entire sacrifice thing is back. Well, I shouldn't say back. It's always been an argument. It's always been an argument. And criticizing this lady's art. I mean, and that is what it is art. He's like, right. Stop trying to play it off. It's like, she's not playing it off. I'm pretty sure this chick is an atheist. Not spiritual in any way, shape, or form. She just thought, hey, there's plenty of people going out there doing crazy, crazy shit and calling it art. But it is art. No matter what way you put it, it is art. I mean, you got crazy third wave feminists popping paintballs out of their vagina onto a mat beneath them. It's art. I may not understand it,
right?
But it's art.
Well, the thing whenever they bring up human sacrifice in ancient times, it's like, first of all, no matter who says whatever, we are modern pagans today. People don't like that term, but that's the truth of the matter is we are modern pagans. We are modern witches. We are modern druids. We are modern pagans trying to reconstruct what many of us believe that our ancestors, for those few and very special snowflakes out there who actually go back and have a tradition of whatever it is that they believe that their grandmother's grandmother taught them. That's different. I'm not talking about that. But for those of us who are realistic about our practice, we understand what we are trying to do is reconstruct an ancient practice. And whenever people talk about human sacrifice, first of all, what culture are they talking about? Are they talking about the Aztec culture? Are they talking about
human sacrifice?
Right. But I mean, this is what you have to pry with them and say with them. If you're talking about the ancient Druids, are you talking about the Babylonians? Are you talking about the Assyrians? Are you talking about the Chinese? I mean, exactly what ancient culture are you talking about in reference to human sacrifice? If you're talking about ancient Druids, there is a written record by Strabo and Caesar of supposedly Druids putting people into giant wicker baskets. The short answer is that there are people on both sides that believe that the Druids committed human sacrifice, and then there's people who say that Druids did not commit human sacrifice. Right. And you kind of get these people fighting in between the two because the evidence is not really there. The strongest evidence that they have that Druids committed human sacrifice was the triple death or the triple killing of victims, which was to Essus, Tuatates, and Tyrannus, who were three Gallic gods, who supposedly the victims were supposedly stabbed, drowned, and strangled. But again, people say that this is because there was no actual written records by Druids. Everything is kind of like hearsay. So they found bog bodies, which they claim were garroted, stabbed, and drowned. But if they did commit human sacrifice, it was a very rare occasion. And like you said, it was probably prisoners of war. So
that's what I got from my study it was prisoners of war. But then again, we don't have much to go on.
Right.
We honestly don't. there was no true written record of the ancient practices. Mm-hmm. We know those cultures were there. We know that their deities were there because we see the statues, we see carvings, we see pictures, but we don't have anything saying, well, this is how it was. And that's what makes it a lot harder for us. But what we do know is truth. What we do know is truth.
Yeah.
True enough.
Yeah, and it's not like modern druids today, like, the Order of Bards, Oviates, and Druids is committing human sacrifice. Now, you don't see. I forget who the archdruid is now, but I think it's a woman. If somebody knows who the current head of the Druid Order is, put in the chat. I think it's Emma Starr something. It used to be Ross Nichols, and then it was Philip Gar-Grom. But you don't see like Philip Gar-Grom like committing human sacrifice because they're modern druids. They're not ancient druids.
Right.
All right. Anyhow, let's get back into the video.
With this crap that you want to pass off as art. So you can get your brothers and sisters together and you could say, oh, we're atheists. Oh, this is art. Oh, not buying it anymore. Keep exposing yourselves like this and keep doubting God's ability to wake up his children down here. Keep doubting it because God is waking people up. And the mocking that you're doing, he sees all of it. And so do we, the people who are awake. We see it. And we're going to do whatever we can and work as hard as we can.
Oh, commercial.
The independent press calls Scott Wiener's deceitful mail pieces dishonest. Just
intermission.
Yeah.
Here for your intermission report.
I've met Jane Kim. I have a lot of respect for her. Just putting that out there. Not necessarily endorsing her.
We're awake. We see it. And we're going to do whatever we can and work as hard as we can to save these souls. So while you're working for Satan and thinking that you're so much more clever than we are and so much smarter, you're complete morons. You might control and manipulate the game down here by moving the pieces around because it's your game. But God's in control of all of it. And all this nonsense you're doing, you're going to pay for at some point unless you don't repent. So I recommend you repent, you denounce Satan, and you accept Jesus Christ, Marina Abramovich, or these satanic rituals that you're performing and spreading and teaching and, going and meeting celebrities and doing it with them and indoctrinating them. And they all worship you and bow down to you. Guess what it's going to amount to soon? When the King of Kings returns, it's going to amount to the biggest heap of manure that's ever existed. A dinosaur dump. The one from Jurassic Park. So keep playing your role in this. Keep pretending you're not a Satanist. Go ahead, go for it. Because you're making yourself look more and more like a fool. When you tell people that you're not a Satanist, yet there's pictures of you, holding up the goat horns. Oh, that must be art. Right, that's artistic. You're not a Satanist with the blood coming out in the eyes. It's a real life. Look at these art gallery things with knives, the naked bodies. Oh, this is art. This is trash is what it is. I wouldn't even put this through a septic unit because it would probably rot it. This stuff you call art. It's disgusting. You expose yourself every single day, and you know that you do. You know that you do, and you know you're...
So I've been reading in the comments. You guys are having a little discussion.
Oops, my mic was off. Anyhow, I said I'd be right back, but I'm back, so never mind.
I heard you.
Oh, you did?
I heard you.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I heard you. Well, our Skype call didn't. Did you guys hear him?
Well, hopefully, well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm back. All right.
You're associated with Hillary and these other politicians, and it's a big joke. We know what you're doing now. We know that you want to bring this out into the forefront because everyone's already indoctrinated with it, and you see that people don't even care, that everybody is just making a joke of this email and this, spirit cooking dinner. Well, it's not a joke to us. It's not a joke to me. It's not a joke to other people out there who believe and know what's going on, who follow Jesus Christ, because we know that you use the blood of young children and you spill it on the walls, you drink it. We know what you do to them and you do to other human beings. And we're going to sound the trumpets and wake up our brothers and sisters to this crap, because we're not as dumb as you think we are. Actually, you're the idiots out there who think you can fight against God and fight against Jesus Christ. But you can't. Because
this guy's gonna blow a gasket. The funniest thing about this guy is that he starts out his videos like relatively, kind of quiet, and then by the end of his video, he's like a screaming lunatic.
Like he's getting dragged away by the orderlies. Exactly. Oh, it's time to go back in your straitjacket. Put this on and hug yourself. I ain't going nowhere. Satan, Illuminati, Lady Gaga.
Oh, man.
Because in the end, you lose, period. Always. And you know what? You might be winning the battle here on Earth.
Why there are so many other artists out there who do way worse than Lady Gaga, but it's always Lady Gaga. Always.
Always. Of course, it comes down to Lady Gaga. All roads lead to Gaga.
Now, as far as leading souls to hell, but not for long. Because we're going to fight back by leading souls back where they belong, and that's back to our Father in heaven. So this war that's going on down here, where you think you're winning, you're losing and gonna lose both battles.
Are we in a war? Did I miss that memo? Are we in a war?
I just got back from the front line, so it was horrible.
Yeah.
A lot of yelling and screaming.
Wow. I didn't know that we were at war with the Christians. I really gotta pay attention to Witchbox. I wasn't aware that we were at war with the Christians.
Yeah.
Nobody tells me anything.
Yeah, I got drafted a year ago, and they finally had me on duty.
See, I'm too old. They're not going to draft me, but at least they could tell me what's going on.
I'm sorry. I'll make sure to bring back photos of the battleground.
Well, it's not your fault. It's just the higher ranks. The Illuminati elite. They don't let me know anything. I didn't know we were at war. I could have at least donated money or something.
And we could use it, for our brooms.
Yeah.
Our brooms are breaking left and right.
Yeah. And those wands.
We can't cast spells. My wand's still okay. It's nice and polished. I take care of it. It's a really good wand. It's got Satan's blood in it. It's a really good one. Was it
Illuminati issued wand? Was it an official Illuminati wand?
It's a personal wand. We're not allowed to do that, but I did it.
You're going to lose the battle on Judgment Day, and you're going to lose the battle now. Because I'm not giving up, and others out there aren't giving up. We're going to wake people up to show them the molestation, the blood rituals that you do, how many children get abducted every year, and nobody says boo about it on the mainstream media. They make 40+ billion annually buying and selling kids, and then play it off like you're doing it for labor work in other countries. You're buying and selling kids for ritual killings, ritual sacrifice, for your sick homosexual activity that you perform, for your blood ritual, black magic garbage.
You see how he's just throwing shit in there? How did...
Yeah. This part of the video, you guys want to get your tinfoil hats on. I had a brain aneurysm watching this. I'm surprised I'm here right now. It's memeable stuff. To be completely totally honest, it's memeable stuff.
Oh man, I don't have a tinfoil hat. I'm in trouble.
I
don't
have
have
mine.
anything. Oh, you're right there. Yep.
I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there. It's just like I got a little bit of stubble left. That's it. We're twinsies.
You got like 2 good more years. That's it, buddy.
If that. I hope it lasts that long.
All right.
And people are going to start finding out, and they're going to get mad when they know what's going on with kids. They're going to get real mad, and it's going to wake people up to the truth, and that is that Jesus Christ is the only truth in this world, and everybody's been deceived by the lies and the scams of this matrix, and by people like you who think you're smarter than everybody else, and think that you know better than everybody else, and that you can trick and manipulate everybody else, even though you're doing all these things right in plain sight, carving pentagrams in your freaking stomach. Not for long. Jesus Christ will return. But before then, I personally, and I know others out there, my other friends, my other, brothers and sisters who have channels, people who don't have channels, who know what's going on, are going to continue sounding the trumpets and wake our brothers and sisters up. So keep making it blatantly obvious. Because
he is so hardcore projecting onto this woman. You hear all the things that he's saying. He's saying you think you're so much more intelligent than us, and blah blah blah. He's like projecting onto her hardcore.
I love it when they try to bring intelligence into the game. I love it because because if you think about it, when it comes to people who are not of the Judeo-Christian faith, who are like atheists or pagan or whatever. We actually do our research. We actually, learn stuff. Like, we know. That's one guy actually asked me, he's like, well, why you subscribe to atheist channels? They're just going to get on you and harp on you. I'm like, yeah, if I start pushing my religion on them.
Right.
I don't. So they leave us out of it. But they do their, when, an atheist goes after a religion, who is it mainly? Who is it mainly that they go after? It's the Christians. Because, we as a pagan community and the atheist community, I feel we do have a higher intelligence than people who don't go after, or people who don't learn about other cultures, history, and they just want to stick to their one little book. And that's it. Done. This is where I'm getting my information. There's no other true source because this book says it's the only true source. So, yes, we are smarter than him. All of us. Every last one of us.
Even your cat's smarter than him.
IQ of 70. My cats are smart too. Oh, I'm scared that they're going to take over the house one of these days.
It's really funny because it's like, if you want to become a Christian, like you just show up to church and I assume you probably go through some kind of conversion thing. Basically, they'll take anybody, right? If you want to join a coven or actually like become part of like a group, like, let's say you want to join a coven or you want to join ADF or Order of Bars, Oviates, and Druids or whatever, it's actually hard. You actually have to for a coven, you actually have to approach them and get to know them and then join it. And then throughout the whole thing, they're always stopping you going, are you sure? I mean, have you thought about it? Have you read this? Have you done this? I mean, we're actually pushing people away. We're we don't want you to join our religion. Whereas Christians are like, oh, come on, please, you need to convert to Christianity. We're the opposite. Right. We're why do you want to become a witch? Why?
I actually had one guy come up to me, and I said him walk, and he's like, oh, you're a witch. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I want to be a witch too. Is there anything you can teach me? I'm like, well, like you said, I'm like, well, what do you know? Like trying to test him out. Like, what do you know? What do you know about, the wicked threefold, the wicked threefold law, everything. I was quizzing him. He's like, well, I just want to be a witch for sex spells and sex magic. I'm like, get the fuck out. That's not what it's about, man. That's not what it's about. Just no. So, and that's the problem. We have to be suspicious. We have to be careful. We have to walk on eggshells.
Yeah.
Because we don't know if somebody's going to come in and do what he's doing, trying to make us look bad. Oh, well, I was with this group for so many years. You see it all the time on Now You See TV and
right.
Alex Jones. It's like, no, we got to be careful, and that's sad. That is sad that we have to be so secluded from the rest of the world and so withdrawn. It's just makes you want to cry.
Well,
it really does.
Yeah. It's just so funny. It's kind of like they want converts, and we're like, why do you want to become a witch? People are going to make fun of you. People are going to think you drink blood and sacrifice babies. I mean, why would you want to identify with one of us?
Just look what we're going through. Just look what we're going through right now. Look what this poor lady who's most likely an atheist is going through right now.
I mean, I'm telling you, if it wasn't for my Illuminati checks that I get every month, I wouldn't be in it. I'm in it for the money. That's it. Money and fame.
You're 1,300 subscribers.
Yeah, of the ones who still watch me.
I got nowhere to talk. I got like 50.
Well, we'll work on that. All right, let's get back into that.
We're not going to go along with this crap, and we sure as heck aren't going to back down. I thank you for listening to today's show. Satanic scum, Marina Barakovich, I needed to get this off my chest. Because after what I saw yesterday, I couldn't sleep a wink. I couldn't sleep a wink because I thought about these kids. I thought about these adults you ritually sacrifice. I thought about our brothers and sisters out there who don't know what's going on, who are just being led astray because it's not fair, because they're under mind control and they don't know it. You guys can't even play with a level playing field and try to get people to openly worship Lucifer. You are a pathetic god that you worship. No, instead you have to brainwash everybody. You have to trick them into going along with this because it's just a low life type thing to do. That's the only way you can get people to worship. You're pathetic.
Over here. I'm having difficulties. Something just popped up. I don't know what this is. Why are you printing? What am I printing? I'm not even hooked up to a printer. Get away from me. What is this?
Like the level playing field.
It's the demons again.
People to openly worship Lucifer. You are a pathetic god.
Thanks. I had my sound off. Thank you. No, I think Mad Witch is having technical difficulties. Can you hear me now? So Mad Witch is having technical difficulties.
All right, sorry about that.
Hey, Matt, was the problem you were having was did you hear me or was I muted?
No, you were fine. Stuff kept on popping up on my my secondary screen.
You gotta quit going to those porno sites, man.
It's all tentacle porn, man. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
Oh, that's what you're into? You're into that Japanese tentacle porn?
The Japanese tentacle porn. That shit makes me laugh. It's so fucking hilarious. It's like, what? People actually get off of it? There are too. I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. But it's funny.
Hey, as long as nobody's getting hurt and they're all consenting adults, if you want to get off the tentacle porn, hey, who am I to judge?
Hey, babe, do me a favor tonight. What's that? Put on the squid suit.
The stuff that goes on between these ears, I can't judge. You don't want to know what's going on in here. I got some twisted shit going on up in my head. I can't judge anybody. All right, so we got like 1 minute, actually like 39 seconds left. So,
weakling of a God. But Jesus Christ will trump him and stump him on Judgment Day. And the rest of you better repent or you're running for the hills. And until then, we will continue to fight this battle. We will fight for these kids. We will fight for the truth. We will spread the word and we will wake people up to the deception and the lies and to this satanic agenda that continues to get pushed and shown right in front of our faces. No longer will you be able to hide. No longer will you be able to get away with this stuff. No. Because we're here, and we're coming.
I thought he was going to say we're here and we're queer. All right, so that's the end of that video. But wow, that guy is nuts.
That's exactly what I thought too. At the end of that video, I'm like, there's a joke. Thank you, baby.
But he gets so angry and he's so passionate about it. Like, we're no longer going to be blind and we're going to wake people up. What do these people actually think that we're doing? I mean,
apparently kidnapping babies and making candles and.
Yeah, but come on. I mean, if that was, let's just assume for a second that this was actually happening. Okay. Let's say that kids were actually being abducted to be made into candles. Somehow something would happen. Some trail, somebody would see something, some camera would capture something, somebody would be snooping around into something, somehow somebody would find something out. I mean, it just doesn't. Random murders, sure, I can see that. But if you have an actual institutionalized form of kidnapping,
right?
Come on.
People are going to notice. It's not as it can't be that secretive,
right? I
mean, everybody knows about the sex trade. You know that happens overseas and everything in third world countries. Everybody knows about it. We're not stupid. You know, I mean, yeah, granted, you know, they're still trying to figure everything out, but it's there. The evidence is like, oh, this chick got kidnapped today. It's the same MO as these people who've been, you know, selling chicks off to the market or whatever. Same thing here. And besides, fat candles, I don't think would burn. I don't think fat burns.
Well, actually, you can make. I mean, that's what tallow wax is. It's fat. It's like mixed with.
Oh.
But before, I mean, you can technically make candle wax out of fat, but and it doesn't matter. You could use it. You could use any fat. You can use pig fat. You could probably use human fat. I mean, it is possible to do it, but there's no record of it in any history books of people actually making human fat candles in England. There was some record of it in France a long time ago, but it was just a little something that they did to try and I don't know. I forget exactly, but when I was researching for the Halloween video I did, there was a place in France where supposedly they made candles out of human fat, but it wasn't it didn't take off for obvious reasons. I mean, who wants a candle made out of human fat to burn? I mean, it's disgusting.
It'll probably smell bad. I mean, have you ever burnt I'm a smoker. I used to have long hair. I used to burn my hair all the time, and it smells horrible.
Yeah.
I think that's probably what the smell what it would smell like, but just 10 times worse.
Well, it's also just the concept. I mean, I wouldn't want human fat, even in the form of, I wouldn't want human fat, period, in the form of a candle. It's just, to me, it's just disgusting. I wouldn't want it anyhow.
There's an icebreaker for you. Oh, and over here is my human fat candle. I got it. It's a really old candle.
Right next to the pentagram of baby skulls. I have a candle made out of human fat. Yes, it's an icebreaker, all right. Get you thrown in jail.
I'm just going to call the police here real quick.
Yeah, exactly, really, exactly. Well, there was, what was I going to say? Anyhow, I can't remember what I was going to say now, but it's just so ridiculous. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The other thing is they say that because people especially Freemasons take oaths of secrecy, that somehow that oath of secrecy carries over into illegal activity. No. If you are in a group and you take an oath of secrecy and then you see somebody being killed in front of you, that oath of secrecy is no longer valid because now they have committed a crime. Now you are an accessory. Exactly. You're an accessory to that crime now. So.
Frat boys in college, I'm pretty sure that some of them have little secret handshakes or whatever.
Right. Stupid stuff.
Are they Illuminati, and are they going out and killing? No, these are kids. These are the only thing they want to do is drink, for crying out loud. That's all these frat boys want to drink. It's just don't tell the dean where we got the booze, kind of deal. That kind of secrecy. But when it's like what you said on such a high illegal, I mean that
right.
Not happening. I would straight out. I don't care what kind of oath I'm under. I see somebody kill somebody. It's that guy right there, or gal, whatever happens. I don't want to be sexist here. Women are just as strong to kill a man or woman. I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Yeah. Go ahead. All right. So we got another video here. It's called Prayer Alert, Spirit Cooking. This is from our good friend, William Bill Schnobelin. So, how's everybody doing? You all having a good night tonight? Good. Are you enjoying this show? Because we're actually looking for another guest. I'm looking for maybe a lady who would like to get involved in this, so it's not just a total sausage fest. And I think we're going to be doing it every Sunday, probably around the same time. I'm thinking probably like 6 or 7. And we're thinking maybe 2 hours. Right now we're going past 2 hours, but we're thinking about a 2-hour show. And maybe send me a private message or hit me up on Facebook if we're friends on Facebook or Twitter. I'm looking at you like Loki's witch, Zabora, or Emily. Any of you are interested? Oh, thanks, Emo Girl. So you got your earpiece back in?
Yep.
All right. So I was just letting people in the audience know that we're looking for a third person, and hopefully a lady. So it's not just, we don't get into like talking disgusting
Sausage
things.
fest.
And yeah, you know how men are. So it's not a sausage fest in here.
To quote Donald Trump, grab him by the pussy. Because apparently that matters.
I don't know. If he said anything, they'd be pulling it out right now. So we're going on 2 hours, Matt. How you doing? You want to do another video?
Well, the one I wanted to go with is another 45 minutes. And if it took us 2 hours to get through a 16-minute video.
Yeah. Well, we started late. We started like, I think like 1:40. I think we started like 7:15 or something. But maybe we could do your video next time. Well, how long is your video? 45 minutes?
Yeah. It's the Alex Jones show. It's they're uploading new stuff.
Well, see if you can find one that's like 15 minutes long or 10 minutes long.
Here we go. Let's continue with the if it'll shut up, thank you. Here we go. Copy. Oh, you wanted it through Twitter, didn't you? Almost. My computer's taking a little long. Toilet paper beard? All right.
Oops, she didn't hear me. I said Zabora. I think that's an excellent name for Bill Schnoblin, toilet paper beard. Good job. I like that.
Oops, why did I do that?
Did you break your computer again?
Almost.
Okay, I think I got it. Here it is. Occult X. Oh, yeah. You know what? I think this is the one I did a video response to.
Oh, you did already?
I think so. That's all right.
Get my 2 cents in on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I only say this because it's a bellwether of how they're collapsing all over the internet, all over Twitter, all over Reddit, all over...
What?
I haven't seen this one yet, so...
Okay. You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I don't think the last thing I seen from you was the live feed last night.
Oh, okay. All right. That's all right. We can play.
Last thing I seen from you.
All over YouTube. It's everywhere. People saying, Alex Jones has been proven right. Oh, my gosh. Everything he keeps saying keeps coming out. Days after he talks about it. What in the world's going on? You know, does he have access to WikiLeaks before anybody else? No, I don't. I do have sources, but I've also studied these people. And I know that the Secret Service and FBI and others told me that the Clintons and Obama are involved in occultic activity. And they made jokes out of it. He smelled himself and says, do I smell like sulfur? But why did they respond to that? Not because they thought it was discrediting, but because it scares them. They go after whatever is the strongest point, like they're the authority.
Already off the bat. Already off the bat. I need proof. I need evidence. I need. Okay, I get they're Secret Service members or they're FBI that you're getting your bullshit from. But I need evidence. I need cold hard facts here before I've studied these people. These people. That sounds like a racist remark. I'm offended. I'm going to take great offense to that. That's already right off the bat. He's a lunatic.
What kind of evidence do you need?
I would like a documentation at the very least. At the very least,
yeah, but
nothing from Wikipedia, nothing from his website. I don't want that shit.
He heard somebody who said something.
Give me some hard winking. Exactly. I hear a lot of people saying stuff. That doesn't make it true. Night, Mark. Just horrible.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get back into it.
To psychologically then make us stop covering it. Oh, we got attacked. We better stop covering it. Well, WikiLeaks has released it, and as Assange said, what he's releasing will send Hillary to jail. He says it's the worst thing it can be. NYPD told Doug Hagman, who is popping in later today. He was on 2 days ago telling you this. We wrote articles about it, Infowars.com. WikiLeaks, sex crimes, blackmail, child abuse. And how you do it is via rituals, sex parties. Then the parties involve blood of children. Then the parties involve... That's how they do it, by successive approximation. That's how you're brought into a cult. I came within inches of getting into the mid-level of this. I've told people about this 20 years. I experienced it. Or, oh my God, I can't believe this incredibly hot girl wants to date me when I'm 14 years old. She's 3 years older than me. Well, no, they wanted me in their cult. And then it happened repeatedly. It happened to other people I knew. And then bad stuff, people would die, you name it, ladies and gentlemen. And the richer the area you get close to. I mean, my dad owned dental offices and a leasing supply company, and I thought he was a rich guy, and he had a big ranch. He was one of the poorest people in the neighborhood. And again, you're right next to this, going to church, having no idea what's going on right next to you. That's what's happened. The WikiLeaks have come out with Podesta going to rituals where they drink blood and urine and semen and Baphomet and have effigies of children that they pour blood on. And they cut themselves. And they say it's Aleister Crowley, the worst black magic out there. Now, he was coming on to talk about the waterfront. We're going to him in just a moment. We're loaded with guests today. We have Dr. Steve Pachenik, part 2 on the soft coup. Doug Hagman, the Northeast Intelligence Network, before it was in the news, said it's going to come out. Abuse of children, you name it. That's tied into Haiti, missing kids, you name it. That's going
It
to
all
confirm.
comes back down to Aleister Crowley again.
Of course it comes back down to Aleister Crowley, because he's the only person who these people can drag through the mud, because Aleister Crowley was just so, he didn't care what he said, and he was so tongue-in-cheek about things. I mean, you've heard the story about him sacrificing hundreds of children every single day, right?
Yeah, I hear that.
But you know what that stems from?
All the time. I don't know where it stems from, but it's just constantly that's the argument. Is Aleister Crowley sacrificed, I get different numbers from different places, but yeah,
But it comes from an ejaculation. He said that he sacrificed hundreds of children every single day because of an ejaculation. You see, so this is the mindset of Aleister Crowley. So he just liked to fuck with people. But now these idiots read his books and they find like, oh my God, he wants to sacrifice children every single day and the blood of the innocent and all this other stuff. Even though during their Eucharist, they actually drink the blood of Christ and eat of the body of Christ, but they don't take that literally. But it's the same thing with Aleister Crowley. They take all of the stuff that he wrote literally.
Gotcha now. Now I understand. Now I have an argument for that. Because before it was like no, he didn't literally sacrifice people. Like
no, he didn't.
No.
Back in his day, he went to court for the rights to some book. But he went to court. I mean, they really wanted to lock him up. I mean, Mussolini kicked him out of Italy. I mean, people honestly hated him. If they would have had any evidence of him committing human sacrifice, he would have spent the rest of his life in jail. There was no way he could have gotten away with that.
If not dead.
Yeah, I mean, people literally, they called him the wickedest man in the entire world. I mean, they hated him. They really wanted him.
He sounds like a guy I want to have a drink with.
He was quite a character, but yeah. But he just liked to piss people off, and so he put things in his books that shocked people. So whatever. All right, I'm going to continue on.
Yep.
William Binney, former head of the National Security Agency, technical director. He's coming on. So all these top folks, including British ambassadors, say the leak is from U.S. intelligence. John Rappaport right now. Again, Roger Stone. I'm going to host the fourth hour today.
Look at this guy. This is what I said in my video, but it looks like he just rolled out of bed. He's like, oh, Alex Jones, what do you want, man? I'm so tired. Let me get back to sleep, man.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a historic time to be alive.
I just got to it.
I have just been absolutely poleaxed by this because I knew it was coming out.
This guy's a character and a half. Doesn't he go on Now You See TV sometimes?
Who, this guy? I don't think so. Maybe. I haven't seen him on Now You See TV. I wouldn't doubt it.
Familiar.
I mean, Alex Jones, Bill Schnoebelen, D13, Now You See TV. I mean, all these people are in communication with each other, trading guests and stuff like that. All right.
But to know they're involved in all this, and to know it's even worse, and to know that the word is WikiLeaks is going to release even more, and to watch how the mainstream media has lockstep itself to this is unprecedented. Now, we're going to go to Rappaport to talk about this for two brief segments. Got a lot of guests today, but first, We need you to go to InfoWarsStore.com because I'm so bad about plugging out because I'm
he's just going to be selling products right
We
now.
have got amazing products there. We have the new hair.
Yeah, we don't need to know about.
Do I have everybody? All right, I'm just going to fast forward through this.
Gambling, he's still now winning and gaining as more comes out. I want to get into that with Rappaport in this brief interview today, and he's joining us for more next week for a full hour. We broadcast 52 hours live starting Monday at 11 a.m., but he's not just a political analyst and writer and researcher for some of the biggest publications in the country. He also has written on these cosmologies that humans can envision and build incredible things, but evil people use this innate power, or made in the image of God, towards very twisted aims. And what do you make, John, from NoMoreFakeNews.com about the fact that it's all coming out, the occultism that they're involved in, the nastiest type? Crowley said sacrifice children. That was his big thing, as you know. You're an expert, I know, on this. You've written books on the subject. We've never really had you on about that. What does this signify?
It signifies, first of all, total bankruptcy of character. It means that these people are at the bottom of the swamp. That's where they live. That's where they think. That's where they plan. The idea of ritual, which, of course, you've covered for many years, starting with Bohemian Grove. Why? What's that all about? It's saying, I have no common sense. I have no rationality. I have no logic. I have no vision of my own. I have to participate in some incredibly demeaning, ridiculous, insane thing in order to hypnotize myself into thinking that I have some kind of power. That's what all these people are doing. And they're desperate to search for anything that some lunatic like Crowley, proposed. Well, drinking blood, sacrificing animals, sacrificing children. This is the way to power.
Although I have a lot of respect for Crowley, and I think he was an incredible magician. I mean, he led an incredible life. But he is not the beginning or the end of occult magical practices. He's definitely very influential, and I don't think that we can deny that. But just because, he's not the end all. He didn't invent the Western occult tradition. He contributed greatly to it, but he did not invent it. And he is not the last word on it. There's a lot of people today who are working and developing their own system, their own style, and improving upon the Western occult tradition. So they put so much emphasis on Crowley, and the only reason why is because Crowley has a lot of writings that they can manipulate for their own purposes. They don't talk about Anton LaVey because Anton LaVey was very wise about not writing stupid stuff. They don't quote Eliphas Levi. They don't quote A.E. Waite. They don't quote Francis Bardon. All of these fantastic occultists, they don't touch any of those. They only focus on Aleister Crowley, which I find interesting. Anyhow, I'll start it back up again.
It's sheer psychopath insanity. And the fact that these people are thinking about it, planning it, participating in it, means only one thing. That's all they've got. They've got nothing else, and they want to drag everybody else they can down into that pit. And they want to blackmail them if they refuse to be drowned in that pit along with them. That's all they've got. They have nothing else. That's what we're talking about here, that level of insanity.
John, I love your truth. The way it is such a pleasure to because I'm desperately trying to crystallize this for people. It upsets me so much today that I almost couldn't come on air because you're right. They're so fallen. They're so twisted. They want to hurt innocents. They hate God's creation. They want to bring us down. And the sad thing is they get people to join them who just want power, not realizing innately being good is the true stairway to heaven and unlimited connection to the infinite.
Exactly. I mean, power is, good is, those things are connected.
I'm reading some of the comments in the chat. Loki's witch is all, meth is a hell of a drug. Zabora's all, toothless looks high.
You know, they're connected for anybody with...
I stopped the video. Well, technically the live stream. But Alex Jones just said that essentially people like us, we hate God's creation.
Right.
But yet it's, you know, who do you see doing the you know, say the rainforest stuff? You know? Who do you see? You don't see Christians. I'm putting it out there. You don't see Christians.
Right.
You just don't. And you know, they say God created everything. You know, the trees, the animals, us. But we're actually the ones, you know, I mean, even people who eat meat are, you know, still like animal cruelty is bad. You know, and get their meat sources from, you know, fresher areas or people who actually raise their animals, you know, right. You know, and I don't see Christians doing that.
Right.
You know, but we're the ones who are destroying God's creation. I'm sorry. I look outside. I see trees. I see the sky. That's home.
Right.
You can't destroy your home.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly. That's an excellent point. Yeah. Because, you know, Christians look at this world kind of like, I don't know, like a bus stop, like a temporary place before they go on to heaven. And I don't want to speak for every single pagan in the entire world, but I think the majority of us, we see the world for what it is, and we understand that we're not going someplace else. We're not going to a heaven. Now, obviously, people have different opinions about an afterlife and all that. Again, so I'm just saying, I'm thinking most of us don't believe in heaven. So we're pretty much like, this is it. This is our world. Either we got one life and that's it, or we're going to come back. We're going to be reincarnated, or maybe, you know what I mean? There's different ideas and theories about afterlives out there. But for the most part, we have this world right now, and we need to take care of it for our children, for ourselves, you know? So we don't look at this as like a stopping point before we go on to heaven, like Christians do. So that's an excellent point. Yep.
A few working brain cells. These people are at the opposite end of the spectrum. That's what we have to realize. That's what your listeners, your viewers, that's what everybody has to understand.
I wonder why they've always been so attracted to me. And I know they go after a lot of other people. They see they're up-and-comers, but they were always after me when I was a kid. And I guess they just want to recruit people they see that are strong and aggressive.
Yeah, because they feel like they can turn you to their purposes. And it's pure destruction, you see. When you erase all the embroidery and so forth, what these people are about is destruction. You can't make any sense out of it if you're trying to make sense, because there isn't any sense. You know, do you want to go out and blow up?
I don't know how many people remember the Muppet Show, but there was a character on the Muppet Show called Gonzo. This guy looks like Gonzo. Let me just look it up real quick for 1 second here. You got to see this.
And I think you were worried about him just waking up. He forgot to put his dentures in.
So this is Gonzo. Okay. Now let's look at this guy. Gonzo. This guy. Gonzo. This guy. I don't know. To me, that was funny.
Publicity?
No.
Do you want to go out and kill thousands of people? Of course not. But these people do. That's all they've got, to say it again, is pure destruction.
Look at the Al-Qaeda footage that was released to us exclusively on WorldNet Daily. And I said, World Delegate have it. It was just so over the top. Plus, of course, he had more gravitas to cover it than I did because he had
again. Sorry for the lag, but that was too good. That Gonzo thing was too good. I'm sorry for the lag, but that. Oh man, I'm lost all shit. Oh, I'm crying here. That was good. That was like you're not even lying. They look. I'm a horrible human being for saying yes. That's. I don't even pay attention to his real name, so I'm just going to call him Gonzo from now on. I just don't care to know his real name.
Poor Gonzo. All right, get back into it.
And it was Al-Qaeda, ISIS, cutting up dead soldiers and making people eat it before they kill them in a ritual to send them to hell. And I mean, that is pure Satanism.
Yeah. It's just...
So this is where, right before this part, where the video that I did, I cut off, because this whole section of the video right here, I didn't include in my video, so people who've seen my video probably haven't seen this part.
The lowest form of insanity. It's not human. It's totally inhuman.
Why does this keep manifesting? And what do you think of it now coming out via WikiLeaks that Podesta is involved with a menu of blood and semen and placenta?
It doesn't really surprise me, Alex, that these people live where they live. They live right in that swamp. That's where they are. Because it's like you said, you get drawn into a cult by degrees. And then you discover, the further you get into it, that it's all about destruction. That's all it is. And at the heart of it are the most evil people who take pleasure from destroying other people. That's what they want to see. They want to see what it looks like for a person who is free, independent, and powerful to be destroyed by degrees. That is what gives them pleasure. Now, people don't believe this because they can't conceive of it. But once you brush up against it, once you feel that or see that in action, then you understand. These people have gone over to the dark side completely because they were desperate. They had nothing else. They couldn't find any shred of creativity or logic or anything within themselves, and so they sacrificed themselves to become what they thought.
Powerful. NoMoreFakeNews.com. What an amazing day to have John Rappaport on with us to be able to chime in, because he is an expert on how these cults work and has written books on the subject. We'll be right back to get into the election overall, the talk of terror attacks. What happens if Trump wins?
Okay. That.
My fellow.
Okay, so that whole spiel, I know I'm probably a lot behind, but that whole spiel Gonzo gave. What? So he's basically saying, first he gives the breakdown of psychology of a serial murderer, or your Buffalo Bill type, character, like that. That was like the psychological breakdown of that kind of person. But he's applying it to is this video about the spirit cooking that happened over the past week?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
I wasn't too sure. I wasn't too sure if you're like making a statement. Like, is this video about? Yeah, it is. I mean, what it is Alex Jones had like several videos about this spirit cooking, and this was one of them where he brought on an occult expert, and this poor Gonzo who just woke up out of bed doesn't know anything about the occult. He didn't explain anything about the occult or anything. But yeah, this video is supposed to be on Spirit Cookie.
Yeah, like I said, that whole entire spiel he gave was about the psychology of a serial killer. I didn't even take psychology. I'm not taking psychology now. Anybody who has half a brain can see this argument. And it's a non-argument. It's like, I seriously thought they were going to go into like, the new John Wayne Gacy or something.
Right.
Not an art performance. It had absolutely, like you said, nothing to do with the occults.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. He's trying to puzzle it in, but it just doesn't quite fit there, buddy. Keep looking. The pieces in there someplace. Keep looking.
Well, that's the thing, because you see, people out, like the majority of Alex Jones's audience, probably all of his audience, doesn't know anything about the occult. They hear the occult, probably two things pop in their mind: the pentagram and Aleister Crowley, because they've heard it. Maybe witches, Wiccans, whatever. But that's it. They don't think any farther than that. They think like witches and occultists and Satanists and Aleister Crowley are all the same. They don't understand that there's like all these other different branches of paganism that fall, within this, whatever. They don't think beyond that. So whatever he tells them, they're going to believe. Like, that's why I got into so many, I call them fights, but I got into fights with people on YouTube because they were all convinced that this was all satanic and Illuminati and all this other crap. And I'm like, just giving them like hard evidence, like why was Marina's performance art, why was it satanic? And they're like bringing up all kinds of stupid stuff. And it's just, they're stupid. I mean, actually they're not stupid. They're ignorant. They're just ignorant. They just don't know. It's like you and I talking about the shamanism in the Bora Bora. We don't know anything about it, right? So we're just like, yeah, well, they sacrifice goats and have sex with the goats. And after that, they eat the goat, We don't know. And that's the same thing with these. It's the same thing with these. Good
enough for me.
Yeah, it's the same thing with these people. They don't know what we do, and so they just kind of like, he just says what they do, and they go, oh, that's what occultists do. It's stupid.
So, but yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to point out, was that non-argument right there. Learn how to get information. Learn how to actually argue.
In my opinion, the best way, what I've done is, what you do is you first of all, you want to understand exactly what the person is asking you, what their whole argument, what their question is. You want to make sure that you understand that, and then keep asking them questions about what it is that they actually are posing. Find out what essentially is their argument, and then research, make sure that you are strong in your position, sometimes maybe even double check information, and then come back with your rebuttal,
Exactly.
And that's, in my opinion, that's the best way to do it, because, sometimes people will say stuff, but you interpret it one way, or you'll react to it, but you're not actually addressing their argument. So you want to make sure, and also if you ask questions enough, people will begin to slip. They'll begin to fuck up, and they'll make a mistake, and you'll be like, well, I thought you meant this. Why are you changing? You know what I mean? So if you give them enough room, sometimes they'll also slip. They'll make mistakes, because most people are just in it to fight. They don't care. you know.
Just the troll nature of the internet.
Yeah, right, exactly. They just want to argue with you. They don't really care. And like one guy, I was talking with him about stuff, and he was arguing about how, because I was saying that Marina Abramovich's art was not satanic, and he was coming back saying, well, they were burning witches in Salem, and that was art. And after a while, I just realized that all this guy wanted to do was just get a rise out of me. So I said, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Because I questioned him. I was like, oh, how is that art? And he's like, well, how is hers art? I'm like, oh, I'm done with you. I'm not even going to bother.
That's also another thing for people who are watching. If you do get into a debate, watch out for that flip question. Those flip questions that's a sign where you know you got them. You know you got them.
What's a flip question?
They ask. A flip question is where you ask the question and they just flip it right back and it's asked right at you. You know, like how you said, it's like, well, how do you know this was satanic art? Well, how do you know it wasn't?
Right.
Kind of deal. You know, that's a flip question, and that's when you know they have nothing. Absolutely nothing. And two, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And the best way to do that is answer it with the straightest question, with the straightest face, the straightest answer you got, with all the knowledge you have about the subject, and just walk away. Because at that point, they're no longer, they're going to sit there and look at you like, holy fuck. That actually makes sense, because they didn't have a thought of their own, and you just put one in there, so now they're going to think about it, and then they might go do the research.
Mm-hmm.
I've won plenty of arguments that way.
Okay.
Plenty.
Well, that's good to know. Now I'll know when somebody flips it on me.
My fellow humans on planet Earth, there is an epic, legendary awakening of nationalism and populism happening from the Brexit to the Donald Trump phenomenon to Russia pulling out of the New World Order and arresting the bankster oligarchs. Humanity's will for self-determination and freedom is expressing itself. The great classical liberalisms of Thomas Jefferson and Francis Bacon are reawakening right now. And it's because of the historical times we live in that InfoWars is going to embark on an unprecedented 52-hour broadcast. We've done 24-hour broadcasts before, but we've never gone 52.
I don't think I could take 52 hours of Alex Jones. I would commit suicide. I don't think I could handle that. You're muted, by the way. I think I could take 50.
I said, get your bleach ready.
2 hours.
It's supposed to be starting today? No, tomorrow. Tomorrow's Monday.
I don't care. I'm not going to watch 52 hours of Alex.
Next time you see me, if I want to end up being dumb enough and watching it, I'm not even kidding. Next time you see me, I'll be like this.
I already had to watch like a couple of hours, well, maybe close to an hour of his, just to watch some of these videos to find out which one to respond to. And that was enough for me. Afterwards, I was like...
And then from 11 a.m. Central, right through...
We have our specific group of YouTubing is we got to go through all this stupid...
I know.
And it's like, okay, I got this stupid... I'm taking a break for like the next 5 hours. You want to take a nice long shit and take a shower afterwards, pork my wife, and come back to it later. It's, I understand. I understand. Sometimes it's just so mind numbing. I actually, after you sent me that link to the first video, I watched that. And just from that 15 minutes or whatever, I went to go grab my tablet, which is in my bedroom. This is my recording room, if you can call it that. And there's 2 doors to my bedroom. One's closer to me than the other. I go to the farthest door to get my tablet. And I'm like, why the fuck did I just do that? But these videos are seriously making me stupid.
You lost like a couple of intelligent quotation points.
I'm going to fail college. I'm failing college. I know this. I know this for a fact now.
All right, let's get back into this.
Tuesday, right into Wednesday. When the Wednesday show ends at 3 p.m. Central, we will broadcast for an unprecedented, legendary, over-the-top, 52 hours live. The second Great Awakening is taking place. We are in the dawn of a new era of renaissance, of rediscovery and human liberty. Donald Trump, the Brexit, InfoWars, Matt Drudge, Breitbart, WorldNet Daily, and so many others are only one small manifestation in the fire of liberty that is now exploding across the globe. You can see it in the news. You can feel it. You can witness it on the street. History's happening. They always say this election's the most important in our lifetimes, and we laugh it off. I wouldn't even get involved in past elections because they were so clearly frauds. This one's the big kahuna. A clear demarcation line, a crossroads between nationalism and tyranny, between Americanism and globalism. That's why we're doing this one time and one time only, because history's happening. A 52-hour live transmission kicking off Monday, November 7th, 2016 at 11 a.m., running right through Election Day the 8th, into the 9th at 3 p.m., and quite frankly beyond. It's historical, and it's part of overthrowing the dinosaur media, not just overthrowing the two-party corrupt system. I want to see 10 million viewers tune in over the 50-plus hours.
Okay, we should stop this video.
Huh?
From what I'm seeing, he's just going to babble on and on and on about his little 52-hour live stream. There's a minute left in this. So, this... One, I liked how he had that little scene from Planet of the Apes, the classic one where it was. You can't slip that past me. I'm too much of a nerd for that.
Yeah, but don't a lot of Christians believe in creationism, so that the world only goes back 6,000 years? So if he's showing that clip, that was supposed to be kind of like symbolizing evolution of humanity. That's why they were apes using tools.
Exactly. I mean, we watch chimpanzees, which scientists consider to be our closest evolutionary relative. And the only tool that they've ever seen them use was a stick to get into like anthills or something to eat. You know? So, but to use a blunt object like that to kill, they've never witnessed chimpanzees do that. They just seen chimpanzees beat the living crap out of each other. You know? That's all they've seen. They didn't bring in weapons. That was a weapon.
Right.
You know, that's considered advanced technology back then.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting that you have creationists who don't believe in evolution. They believe that man, woman, everything was created 6,000 years ago. That's what they say. And we just kind of like, poof, came into existence. And they're completely anti-evolution, because evolution shows that, you know, I forget how many, like millions of years ago, we evolved from, you know, apes. Well, we evolved from, like, I don't know exactly, but
it was a primed ape.
It was right.
It's not technically like a gorilla or a chimpanzee. You know, people keep on saying that. The Christians, I should say, keep saying the creationists. They say that. Well, if we evolved from monkeys, we didn't evolve from monkeys. We evolved from a common ancestor who was a primed ape.
Right.
And that's what they don't understand it's like here's our ancient ancestor, evolutionary ancestor. We went off this way while the monkeys went off this way. You know, that's basically a fork in the road. You know, and then you have migrational evolution. You know, that's another thing they don't believe in. You know, the common mutations that happen within the human race over, you know, hundreds of thousands of years.
Right. I just found it interesting that he showed a clip of what we consider to be an evolutionary point where our ancestors were using tools, like in that movie, 2001:
Right.
A Space Odyssey. I just thought it was interesting that he used that. Well, all right. It's been 3 hours now. I don't know what time it is over there, Matt, but here it's almost 10 p.m.
It's almost midnight.
Yeah. I mean, I think this was a lot of fun. I think the chat was very lively. There was a lot of funny stuff happening in the chat. It looks like people were talking amongst themselves and having fun. So I'm excited about this, Matt. I think.
Oh yeah.
And so we'll do this. What do you think? Next Sunday? You think next Sunday at the same time, or you want to do it earlier? What do you think?
Let's do it next Sunday, same time.
Okay.
Let's try doing it on my channel next time.
Okay.
Do a little balance there.
Okay.
Maybe I have multiple screens, so I can do a lot more all at once.
Okay.
So hopefully that might be a little easier. We had a couple little hiccups.
I think it's hard.
I had a good experience.
Yeah, I think it's hard because I think whoever's hosting, like the time is the same, but whoever's like you're almost like the guest. Let's say the guest, your time lag is like 10 seconds. So I think it's a good idea to switch it every so often. So for people who don't know or who aren't subscribed to your channel, yours is called what?
Mad Witch, the Pissed Off Pagan.
Okay.
If anybody was following me in the chat, that little green guy, same little icon I have on my channel.
Okay. So next Sunday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Time, it'll be over on your channel, Mad Witch, the Pissed Off Pagan. So next week, go and check out Mad Witch's channel where he's going to be hosting and probably doing the same thing. I'll pick out a video, Matt will pick out a video, and we'll have some fun with it.
Hopefully we can get another person in, like you said. We tried earlier. Everyone was busy doing their own thing or whatever.
Well, I'm gonna talk to a couple of the ladies that we had on here, like Loki's Witch, Sabora, and Emily, and see if any of them are interested. And they can, if they are, contact me. Let me know either through Facebook or PM me. And also, we're going to have guests on too, so we can talk to. We'll probably do like the same thing. We'll have like a fourth guest on. We'll watch videos, talk about their path and all that stuff. So we can just interview people who like my subscribers. We can interview mad subscribers. Mad subscribers. And,
that's going to be my fan base name then, the Mad Subscribers.
There you go, the Mad Subscribers. That'll be your new
Not
catchphrase.
Even yet. All
right,
Mad Subscribers.
All right, well,
that's
thank you all. Have a good night. Good night, Mad. Thank you.
Yep, thanks for having me on, and blessed be to everybody in the chat.
All right, good night.